Okay, so what we're going to do is work on solving a system of equations. First thing we want to do is to place this system of equations into a matrix, right? So the first column are the x's, second column are the y's, third column are the z's, the last column are the constants, the answers. And the goal when we do these is we want to get these two numbers first to be a 0 and this to be a 0, because that would mean that if I got rid of those and I just had this set up for our system, I could figure out what the letter Z is pretty quickly, and I back substitute in. So what I would do is, if you notice, I did not, when I highlighted -1 and 2, I did not highlight the top row. So the top row is going to remain unchanged. However, the bottom two rows are going to be different. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the first row and add it to the second row. So 1 plus -1 is 0. -2 plus 3 is 1. 3 plus 1 is 4. And a 9 plus a -2 is 7. Okay. So we're kind of getting there. Now what we need to do is to get rid of this 2. And so I think if I multiplied the top row by -2 and added it to the third row, it would make a 0. In other words, if I times this by -2, I would get -2, and -2 plus 2 is 0. Times this by -2 would be a 4. 4 plus a -5 is -1. Times this by -2 is -6, plus 5 is -1. Times this by -2 is -18, plus 17 is -1. So we're getting there. We're kind of progressing along. All we have to do now is get rid of this -1, make it a 0, and we have the answer we're looking for. So I'm going to go ahead and keep the top two rows because I did not mark those, right? I'm only marking the -1 here. And I think to get rid of that -1, I think I would just take row number 2 and add it to row number 3. 0 plus 0 is still 0. That's why we like to have those columns of zeros. 1 plus -1 is 0. 4 plus -1 is 3. And then 7 plus a -1 is 6. So we've taken a big system of equations and we've reduced it down to this. Now, if I write out what this is as a system of equations, right? Whoops, that's a Y, sorry. Okay, I think down here, that means that the Z value, because remember our answers are going to be X, Y, and Z. I think that means the Z value is a 2. Now, if Z is 2, that means this middle equation is Y plus 8, right? Because Z is equal to a 2. That means Y is a -1. And then that means that our top equation is X plus 2, right? Because Y is a -1. And then this 3Z becomes plus 6 equals 9. So X is equal to 1. And that's our solution. Thank you very much.